was it the monk sponge? The like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get in the frame.
Yeah, it could be. I saw several of them on the wire.
It's all I've got for lens.
Yeah. That's all I got with the Panatilt too.
Our
Okay,
splitter back in the Argus cam.
Perusing this area more? Or
I think we're still following the line.
Follow the line.
keep going?
Well, yeah, it looks
Yep,
a lot like
follow
those
that line.
bacterial mats from Santa Barbara Channel. A lot of orange bacterial mat on the ground there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I see a lot of the white-gray mats. And we've got this like bluey
All right, ready for
and the
ship.
orange. That's interesting. We've got a black coral in the center of the screen. That
Yep.
kind of like dark shadow looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in off.
Seen a few of those here and there.
Okay, we're coming up to another rock feature here. That black coral is nice to look at.
There it is. And you can see the black, which is why I call it.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So black coral are long-lived. Lizzie, how long do they live?
They can live thousands of years. I think
That's
one
amazing.
of the oldest corals aged. I think, Steve, you were saying was a gold coral or golden coral, and then the other one was a black coral.
Yeah, one of the black corals was aged at 4,000 years. I think, I don't remember exactly where that was.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's not all black corals, but they are particularly long-lived. And
Yeah.
it depends also on where they're growing. I mean, there is, I don't know if there still is, but there was a fishery for black coral out in the Hawaiian Islands, mostly because the skeleton can be used as jewelry, much like
Right.
some other precious corals, carved.
Mm-hmm.
It's proteinaceous and has, you know, a luster to it. But these are, you know, far too thin for that kind of thing.
There's some really massive black corals around the Channel Islands. I've seen some.
Yeah, they can get pretty darn big. We saw some pretty big ones when we did our first dive here in the sanctuary, just south of Anacapa on that slope. We saw some pretty large individuals of this species.
Are there some gooseneck barnacles in this black coral? They're kind of, oh, never mind.
There's something.
They were larger. Again, they're kind of like the gooseneck shape.
You got more zoom?
Yeah.
Something's in there.
Are they? Where are you seeing them, Sam?
There's some at the very
gooseneck
top.
barnacles. At the top.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a thicker stalk, and then kind of a.
Do you want to look closer?
Do we have any more zoom?
No,
Zoom out.
that's the end of my lens.
Nope.
Have to get closer.
That's okay.
Telecast
Okay.
is on.
I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
It's kind of, yeah. Mhm.
Are they ever seen as associates on black corals? I know we're kind of deep.
Actually, we saw, I'm trying to think of what target it was now, what dive. I don't know if it was this cruise or the last cruise, it's all blending together. But
Yeah.
there were a number of corals on a black coral skeleton. Whenever the skeleton's exposed, any number of things can attach, even other corals.
Huh.
Okay, zoom in again.
For example, we had an Anthothela colony on a black coral that was sampled. I think it was Pioneer Canyon, but I could be wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
This Panatilt just gets too herky-jerky when you're shallow.
Yeah.
Okay. Fish.
Oh, there they are. No, I see them. They're all over.
Uh-huh.
There's one in the
They're all over
foreground.
it.
Yeah, they are barnacles.
Yeah.
You can see their feeders.
How come they're the same color
Mhm.
as the
Weird. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not
coral?
coloring
is
I've
neat.
seen.
Is that because of the seep? I don't know.
Never seen
You've
gooseneck
seen-
barnacles that color.
No, I know. Me either. It's very different. Good eye, Sam.
You got more zoom now?
I mean, now we're seeing it zoomed in. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you can actually see very little. Their
Pretty
legs are
big.
out on some of them.
Their
in the upper
stalk,
left
yeah, the stalk going
or
down
upper
and
right.
attaching.
Mhm.
Yep. And they're actively feeding. They've got their foot out. I see that
Yep.
out, and I see some particulate drifting by. Okay.
Moving on. Zoom out.
Very nice. Thank you.
Bridge nav.
Beautiful.
One 0 meter 030. Well, we are seeing some very interesting things along this line transaction.
I know.
My. Maybe what at the end it's gonna blow our minds. Like what's at the end
I
of it?
mean, yeah, it's a little pathway to interesting things. And if we were on a transactor, we couldn't have zoomed on any of them. So you win some, you
No, I
lose
think
some.
this exploration is really good right
Oh,
now.
careful
'cause
on your
we
right.
already have-
Careful on your right.
Ugh.
Oh.
Bridge nav.
Found a juncture. You
Oh,
can see it
gosh.
behind us. Yeah. So
On which?
on
Oh,
the-
shoot.
on,
Okay.
Argus view, it's behind us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Spoke
got
too
to pull
soon.
Hercules off the line there. Yeah, it seems like it's wrapped on a rock and
back
it's
up.
coming back. Oh,
Due
geez.
south.
So those of you who
Let's
are
see if we
watching,
can figure out
click
the
onto the, look at the
Roger.
Argus view, and you'll see what we're concerned with
man.
right now, with this line.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow. What the heck is this?
Darn.
It's a cat's cradle.
It is.
It looks like
Look
something
at
at
that.
the playground.
A total labyrinth.
Doesn't look like it goes up anymore though.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it seems like it goes down and it's going across here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a lot of line.
And it's so tight. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
entangled throughout.
It's crazy that it got pulled taut across the whole line like this.
I know. Makes me wonder what's off in the distance.
Yes, it does. So you're drifting past where I have a good view on Argus, but
Just wondering, this is the end of it right here. Can you zoom in out? I think that's the end of it right there.
it's wrapped and then looped back around, you think?
Yeah. And it goes back down slope at a different angle of the other one.
Yeah.
So do you think this is where it ends?
Looks like it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
these, yeah.
It's just wrapped right there, and then it goes back, and then it's going down. to
Back,
the
and then it
south.
goes down.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
southeast.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the current took me.
We're in a current again.
It's becoming more of a factor again.
Yeah, I noticed that Herc was totally off Argus's view, and it, you know,
Okay,
it's
so
still,
Yeah,
it's coming around
Argus
slowly.
is not showing us Herc at all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just got
Can't
blown
spin
off
around.
heading.
okay, step back, step south, 10 meters.
Okay, so we know where that line there goes.
Yeah.
We don't know where this one goes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I gotta get that centered up.
Argus is coming around. It was at gain of 90, so bumped it up and slowly.
Okay, so there's the one line on the left
So
side.
the other
Yeah.
one's over there.
So where's
We
the other
came
one?
up on,
Yeah.
and then this is the second line that's going off to the.
Does it wrap right there?
And what's in the bottom view of the Herc? Oh, that's never mind. I think that's just striations on the rock.
Looks like it just makes the bend.
Oh, it goes under. Yeah.
Can you zoom in now?
Might wrap.
It's like
Looks
a float.
more biological.
Oh, shoot,
no, it
it's
is
right. I
rope.
see a line. No, there's more line.
It's thinner line.
Go-
Yep.
Yeah, but look underneath that rock ledge. Look at that. It's taut.
Yeah. This is a mess.
This is a mess.
I don't like it.
Darn.
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
see it way off on the right in oh no, that's our tether. Sorry. Holy
No, but there's like this,
shoot,
but it goes up
sorry.
over this and then it extends along.
Keeping it interesting, eh?
Paul's like, it's
Yeah.
attached to us. It's yellow, it's bright, it has
But is
footballs
that
on
is
it.
Getting
that
closer.
loose?
Yeah.
Or is it still taut? I mean, it looks like it's taut. Like there's a loose
Yeah.
piece, there's a taut piece that
Well, I
continues
think-
on.
Yeah, I think this one piece
Continues.
goes on to the southeast, and then this is
Ugh.
a wad coming off the side here.
Like two
That's-
lines got tangled or something.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
don't seem
that
to
should
be as
be.
thick diameter as
Yeah.
the other pieces we were seeing.
This is
They're
more
smaller.
like a long line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Darn.
You got multiple.
Nice
Yeah,
maturitium growing
keeps going.
below it.
Yeah, keeps growing. Or sorry, keeps going with sponges growing on it.
Yeah. Shoot.
Not a fan.
No. I mean, especially with all these pieces coming like in different directions off of
Yeah.
it.
I liked it better when we were just saying one.
Mm-hmm.
And I
The
prefer
current
when we
definitely
were
picked up.
saying none.
I can tell the current is really picked up.
Okay.
So, for the safety of the vehicles,
Yeah, I mean,
Do
I
I
don't
con-
want to follow.
do you wanna
that.
continue
I don't
following
wanna,
this
I don't
just
wanna
at a
follow that line
distance?
because now it's going down the slope.
Yeah.
That's no good. Like I can't.
'Cause you
follow
can't
a
see.
line down
Yeah.
the slope.
So do we want to backtrack to the southwest to get out of where we know the line is? Or do you want to go over it
Well, this is
where you
gonna
know
go
where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going down slope. And that's bad.
And we're not going down slope that way.
Yeah, I don't want to go down slope. We do know that this goes up and ends up
Yeah.
there, right?
So would you prefer going over it?
I think that's what we want to do.
Okay.
We wanna go over it.
'Kay.
This is two wads going off in a
Yeah.
T shape to the
Yeah.
south.
Yeah, I've been dropping targets on them.
So I think, yeah, go over the top over there.
Okay, so due north.
Yeah.
Roger. I'll do a just 10 meter to get us started.
Yeah.
Bridge, nav. 10 meters,
cool
bearing
veggies.
0.
Is that the line off to the right, moving up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna come
We're
to
just following
going
it?
back to the junction where
Yeah.
it went around the rock up there and we'll just go over the top of it.
Okay.
Jeez, Louisa. For anyone joining us and you're wondering what's going on, we're currently in the Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary just off Southern California. And
Yeah.
we're currently diving in a reserve, but it was historically fished, and we're running into some fishing line that
Got 2 lines.
has been here for a very long time. And so we're just trying to figure out the best way to navigate safely with our ROVs, because they do pose an entanglement risk if they do come off the bottom and into the water column and we can't see them. So we're just proceeding as cautiously as possible.
Oh, this looks like a ramp in video games. So if you like speed up, maybe we'll just jump over all the fishing line.
Yeah.
Collect some gold
Yeah,
coins
this
all
is
the way.
interesting. Okay, so then we got an apex up here at the
Yeah.
top.
We're
So
back
what's
at
going
the
on?
WAD.
This is the
where
junction.
we were.
Yeah, so this is intentional. We're going to go up and over it since we knew where it
This
ended.
is the
But-
cat's cradle.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
look
go
at how
back
it
up.
branches off again.
Yeah, this is where we were before. The cat's cradle and then
And
off
there's
to
3.
the right.
Yeah, what's off on the left of the cat's cradle? Does it loop on that rock or something?
Yeah, just get a little bit in a view.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right there.
I think it does. It goes around that rock and up, I think. But let's zoom in a little bit.
Or is that
Maybe
a
I'm wrong.
loose end?
That looks like the end right
Yeah.
there.
But then there's another piece.
Go. Can you zoom above the rock a little bit?
Yeah, it loops back.
Top left corner of the frame, the
I
line's
think it's
going
around
upwards.
the rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so
Loop
too.
around the rock.
Yeah.
'Cause it has to be held taut to form
Yeah,
that
but
triangle.
it's a loop around the rock right
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all it is.
I think those are accounted for.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and off to the right here is where it loops back coming this way.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over the top of that, and then we should be free of this particular line.
Bridge nav.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. Okay. This was quite an entanglement.
Yeah, we don't want to be in that.
No.
Nope.
There's the where it loops around the rock and heads back the other way.
If you're looking for a Zen moment because this line stresses you out, you can switch to channel 2, which is the Argus cam. And we have some market squid in view.
Pilots can't switch. Pilots get no choice.
Okay.
But
All right.
here's a home.
But the squid are so relaxing to watch.
They are. There's one like right in front of the camera. They're
Blown off
close.
course again.
I'm coming out wide on Argus.
Yeah, it won't matter for long anyways, but
Okay.
Okay.
Some
So,
moves to
Lizzie,
east
the
there.
East.
white mass we're seeing in the squid for the Argus camera, that's the gonad material.
I don't actually
Well,
know.
we're
I'm
out
not
of
sure
the
why they're
view here,
shiny.
so I can't go to the west, so
They're shiny. It looks more reflective than like white, you know?
You think it's more
I think it just
reflective?
got
Okay.
2 weeks. We need to get.
It could be, but I'm not sure.
There's the rock.
I'm not sure
off to
either.
my
I was,
side there,
yeah.
so,
I'm gonna go back to the Herc camera now and see what the situation is looking like. I took my 30-second break. Look at look at that line under the rock there. Okay, where is it going?
This
That's
is the one that
that's
doubles
the one, yeah.
back.
But this is the known end here. So this is the end of
It's
that
an end.
whole line.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where it loops back and it goes back to the
Okay.
cat's cradle and then it branches off to southwest and the southeast.
So
we're
hopefully
done with this line.
we're beyond it.
We're at the
Okay.
the northern end of the line. So if we go north and east, we're away from it. This one. There's more.
Ship moves underway.
Does the ship have an estimate on the current right now?
At the surface, it should,
Yeah,
right?
surface current is 0.7 knots.
Okay.
But surface and at depth can be
yeah.
totally different
Very
directions, different speeds.
But
That's
is
true.
showing
That's
the
true.
currents to the east, so, right?
Current's coming from the west, yeah, headed to the east.
So that jibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surface current does match what we're seeing. I mean, direction-wise.
Okay.
Direction, yeah.
Well, we still see Herc in the down cam, but
Really. We should be there soon.
I need to come down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just seeing squid, which is beautiful.
What? Yep.
Bridge nav.
It is quite nice.
I'm seeing Herc now in the bottom right. There it is.
10 meters 090.
So, okay, so we're still at the so I see the line going in. It's not coming back out. We're at the juncture. Are we going to try to do are we just going to observe at this point, or do we want to try to do a transect, or?
Yeah,
what's our
we're just trying to get as far away from this line as possible. So once we get,
I agree.
If you look at high pack, we're gonna bump up to these contours above us,
Okay.
and then we can continue. But I think the idea of doing a transect at this point, having now seen 2 major lines, is not going to be possible.
Not really
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now we're just waiting for the ship to move north, so we can, or sorry, east, so we can get out of here a little more.
Okay. Sounds great.
I'm going to turn away from that line. That line is in our past.
Starting a new, turning a new page. Look at the squid.
I know. I'm going to go back to the Argus camera now. For some reason tonight I can't get the quad on the Inner Space Center thing. I'm having to switch between video feeds, which is fine.
A big wad of things sticking out there. It's kind of interesting.
Bob's trying to salvage some positivity out of this time.
Hey, we saw.
Well, it is sticking way out on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
promontory there, right?
And we saw potential sea
That's the bowsprit.
potential. Oh my gosh! Seriously? We're
Yeah,
still on it?
I mean, considering that the the opportunistic sightings during
Oh, he's going
following the
back.
line, we saw some pretty cool stuff.
We did.
Okay.
Tomorrow's headline news.
So we're done with that.
Shipwreck
Hey, it's
discovered
part
off.
of exploration.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to encounter. You can't perfectly script it. You
Oh
just
my
have to
gosh.
go with it.
Yep.
We still got more bacterial mat here.
Yep. Yep. I do have to say, whenever you're actually looking for a shipwreck or a plane wreck, all you can see in the rocks are plane shapes or ship shapes.
Yeah.
Like,
Things like
so now that we've started this, get ready.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, that happened to me with the tether like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
All right. Bridge nav. Uh, 10 meter 090.
Nice. Interesting.
So we're just try to provide some narrative. We are working our way out of an area that was completely entangled in some fishing line from some sort of
like fishing
lost fishing trap. And we are moving to a different coordinate area on the reef that hopefully doesn't have any more fishing gear in it so that we can do a transect and continue our surveys of footprint reef. This is part of a, Lizzie, is this a 32-hour dive or
Yeah,
am I off
it
on that?
originally was, and then we decided
Okay.
to shorten it by one watch shift, so it'll be 28.
Okay. This is a part of a 28-hour dive that started at 4 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, and it's extending into Saturday. And so we're just really trying to characterize this portion of the footprint reef, which is on the south side of, sort of southwest of Anacapa Island in the Anacapa Passage area. It was designated as a marine reserve in 2007 or 3 in 2007. And it's closed to any fishing activity, but tonight we've encountered marine debris that has been lost fishing gear here on this reef. So it's we have to navigate around that and try to figure out an appropriate spot to continue to do our work on sort of systematically characterizing the deep sea coral habitat here at Footprint Reef. We've also been able to collect some sponge samples that are really important to sort of look at sort of the genetic diversity of sponge communities here on the reef. We've been taking some sediment cores and also collecting brachiopods, and we've done eDNA sampling too, right, Lizzie? Looking at that?
Yes.
Oh, what's that up in your top left? Something shiny?
The ship's bell.
Oh boy.
No.
I'm a little late to the game, but I'm here.
Zoom in out.
This is how rumors get
Is that
started.
just a rock?
So while we've been tracking the lost fishing gear, we have come across some natural seeps and some unusual formations. And being that it's 11 o'clock at night, Pacific time or after 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, we're seeing shipwrecks, but no, we're not.
Imaginary.
It's we have some things that are unusual that we're seeing in this area, but it might be because of the seeps, the natural occurring seeps that occur here. So we're just driving around and looking for an appropriate spot to continue our work.
Got some really interesting
Bridge.
sponges that we're seeing here.
Those salad bowl sponges, aren't they, Lizzie?
I think so, which we collected a small piece of earlier to try to identify.
Right.
And our sponge expert, who has been with us in the science chat, Abby Powell, has also let us know that there was some autonomous underwater vehicle work here that had done some similar transects and survey work in 2011. And some of the collections we'll be making with this ROV Hercules will help her identify some of the data that they collected 9 years ago. So this will be immediately applicable information to a number of different pieces of work going on here on the West Coast.
DVL reset okay?
Yep.
Some of the efforts that we're doing here, not at the moment because we've encountered some line in the water, which could pose a threat to the ROVs. We could risk entanglement, so we're going nice and slowly here along this slope and these ledges. But we have been doing earlier in this dive, we were conducting transects, and so we were keeping a fixed heading and height above the seafloor and a rough speed throughout the whole 200 meters that we were transiting. So we can go back later and count and measure the corals, sponges, and fishes that we were seeing. And we're using this type of methodology here because we've also been using it on different expeditions with different ships and ROVs in hopes that we can compare this survey work up and down the West Coast to get a better idea of
5 meters.
how things are looking, what are the condition of deep sea corals and sponges, what habitats do they live in, what environmental characteristics do they like.
5 meters to go.
And
This is an interesting
Good
sponge
puzzle.
right in the center of the frame.
yeah, we could zoom
I know.
if you'd like.
Got a little leash. I can get over it. Beehive. Wasp.
Hmm?
Zoom in. Out. Can you zoom in now? Is it just broken loose upside down, or what's happening with it?
It could be an upside down sponge.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
a salad bowl that broke off and is upside down now.
It tumbled from somewhere
Maybe
up
it's
above.
Maybe it's a tossed salad bowl.
Yeah.
Oh.
It almost
Oh,
looks like a
no.
mask. I mean, in my Halloween mind here, that could be a mask.
Uh,
All right, where's our relief?
I know, I was going to say, what time is it? 11:20.
Okay, zoom out.
Womp womp.
Seeing everything now.
Well, it does. It has sort of the slash at the top, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth at the bottom. I mean, you guys can run with this with me here.
Let's go back to shipwreck.
Yeah.
That's more entertaining.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
Oh, man.
That was the captain's salad bowl. Fine china.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's interesting.
Are you gonna have
Nice
to
little
deal with
ledge
all
up here.
the fallout from
That's
that?
a problem for tomorrow. Some Samantha of tomorrow, not Samantha, not Navigator Samantha.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is no email day, so we
That's
can
true.
wait till Monday. Yeah, out on the ship, we have a.
We have no idea what day it
We have
actually
no
is.
idea what day it is. Every day is Tuesday except Sunday when we get ice cream, and on the Saturday and Sunday is called no email.
Really?
Yeah.
For who?
So if every day is Tuesday, do you get a hamburger every Tuesday? I mean, because it's every day is Tuesday. Just asking that question.
Are you
Isn't that
supposed to get
from,
hamburgers on Tuesdays?
You are. Isn't that
Yeah,
from
that's
Popeye?
a Popeye thing. Yeah.
Oh, fancy. That seems very appropriate.
We haven't seen one hamburger out here this year.
That's
have we?
true,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
We had hamburgers our last port day.
No
And,
tacos either.
Sore subject.
we last had hamburgers in Astoria. I remember it fondly.
30 years ago, I had a hamburger.
Yep. It was the day that everyone, the on-signers, came on board. It's the last hamburger we had.
Oh,
The last good meal you had?
No, we had curry today. It was delicious.
Yeah, that's true.
September 19th, 1825. The last burger.
Life on a ship certainly is an interesting experience.
Ooh, big rockfish.
The longer you
Oh,
spend
nice,
on the
it's
ship,
another
the
cow
stranger
cod.
it gets.
Yeah.
It's a much
That's
bigger cow
beautiful.
cod than we saw earlier.
all right. I'm gonna.
Oh,
Ooh, a whole lot
lasers.
of fish.
We can need lasers.
Told me they were giving you false.
Well, but yeah, but not now.
Oh, and he's
I
gonna
kept seeing them in bubble
turn.
cam and getting worried.
Looks like
Yeah.
the same fish has been
Nice.
following us.
Great, that's a nice shot.
Watch out for the ledge
Cow cod.
to your left-hand side, to your port side.
It's pretty overhangy.
We're getting a return on Argus too, like 22 meters out
Yeah.
or something. But
Think.
oh, and give me a second to come up on Argus.
Yeah. I think we're moving along it. If we keep heading east.
So right now we're kind of approaching the top part of this ledge,
God.
and then we'll.
Ling cod.
Oh, there was a nice lingcod. That was beautiful.
Ooh. What? Where'd that come from? Yeah,
What?
sonar is getting a little funky.
Yeah, there's stuff up here.
I think we might be working our
Yeah.
way into a crevice.
Argus, can you?
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm in a canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking the
Lovely.
tether.
Let's
This
go
is
look at
not,
Argus really quick.
All right, well,
This was
I'm
not
gonna
on the
come up.
map.
I'm gonna come up out of the canyon.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yikes. Where'd that
You're
come
close
from?
on your tail too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little
Hey, you call it,
maneuvery
yeah,
in
there's
here.
a little bit of a little outcropping there on your aft port side.
Yeah,
On the
all right.
celiac,
It was
the
just a
backward
little,
side.
Whew.
bit of rock structure.
That was
there.
exciting. Unexpected. Yeah, the sonar had
No,
like
more surprises.
triangles. I've never seen
It's
that.
it's Friday night. We are,
Everything's
you
happening.
know. Well, it's just this is a very obviously complex reef that we're exploring here.
Okay. We're now on a new contour line. So do we want to start heading over to Z3 now that we are out of...
The hole.
Yes, please.
Great. Bridge, Nav.
Very CP here.
I was just looking at that. Look at the line.
20 meters 090.
Not the fishing
What line?
huh?
Okay.
No, not the fishing line. The
Every
seat
time I
line,
call it a ship
sorry.
move. Holy
That's
cow.
what that's what makes it happen.
Oh man, it's my fault. Now I
Yeah,
know.
no, it's a
No,
seep
we-
line. I'm
No,
just
it's-
looking at the bacterial mats here as we're getting ready to get back on track.
Looks like we're up on the top here.
Yeah. This is
This is the danger zone, right?
everything. It's a little bit of a
Yeah.
danger zone here. We'll do small steps, and we're still going 0.2.
But the top is where the lines come up and then go
Yeah.
up into the blue.
Yep.
What's the ship bearing again?
090. Not sure where Robert's going though.
Wandering.
Wandering free. Looking for lines in all the wrong places.
I know. I've got to keep remembering that I'm supposed to be focusing on the biological communities, but I keep looking for hazards.
Well, you guys can do bio. We'll look for the hazards.
Okay, that sounds great.
That's a big old rockfish. How's that for some bio?
Siphonophore and Argus
That's-
cam.
Yep.
Look at that
Right one.
lateral line. It's pretty prominent on that rockfish.
Yeah, it is. More yellow sea fans. Still seeing lots of those brachiopod-like.
Mm-hmm. A lot of, look at the line of the bacterial maps. Suggestion of seep here.
What about bacterial
I
trails?
think you need to go a little bit
Yeah,
north.
to me it's called a trail.
Look, we're going over the edge of this thing. We're going to go.
So
it
a
is
little
a trail.
northeast then?
Yeah, just make a 20-meter north, I think, because we're going off the edge of this. Mess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Northeast. Bridge nav. Two 0 meter 045. Yeah, this is a surprise because it on our contours it's suggesting that we're actually kind of spreading out and getting a little flatter, but clearly there's a slope here. Or
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right there.
ledge, yeah, I know.
Taking a quick peek at our tether. All looks good. Siphonophore in the top right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're drifting along again. Just happen to be with it wind to our back.
Well, that's good. I see this rockfish is sort of tucked underneath the sponge here, hoping not to be seen.
Want to zoom in now?
Sure. It's got a nice coloration to it. Nice straight lateral line. I'd have to look it up. The type.
Yeah, that one's interesting. It's a lot darker than some of the other fish we are seeing. Di's in the room, in the science chat room, that is, and she's calling it a bank rockfish, and I believe her.
Okay.
Great.
She's an
Very
expert.
good.
Zoom out.
Thanks, Diane. Diana.
She's up next on the watch, along with Lisa Bonink.
Oh, great.
So they'll be taking over for us right at midnight.
Yeah, I'm just looking now at the description of the bank rockfish. I totally concur. I've just not seen one.
Yeah, we haven't really seen one like that yet.
So let's see, 149. We're just going to look at some fun facts, see if there's anything here. I'm in the Peterson guide right now, so let's see what they say about the bank rockfish. That's very, very good information, but not really any storytelling. So I'm going to look in the other book that I have.
Yep.
From Milton Love. Let's see what Milton has to say about this rockfish.
Oh, Milton's got to have a story about everything.
Yes.
Orange map, orange and white
Yeah,
map.
zoom in on that, Al.
So we were talking earlier about how
Bless you.
rockfish live quite a long time. And the bank rockfish is, excuse me, sorry, known to live at least 53 years and may live to 80 years old. So another reason for why we've protected this area. Oh, look at that bacterial mat. Another reason why we're protecting this area for the rockfish.
Okay, zoom out.
They are a long-lived species, and they need to have an opportunity to be able to reproduce
Got
and
Lophelia on
continue
the
the
Which one?
propagation of their
Lophelia on that
species.
little projection.
Looks like a sponge.
Just a fun
Oh,
fact
sponge.
here.
Never mind.
Female rockfish can produce between 65,000 and 608,000 eggs.
Sponge.
That's a lot of eggs.
It's a ton of eggs.
Zoom out.
So here's another. I know we're off it. We've moved beyond the bank rockfish, but according to Milton Love, it appears to be a relatively old species, going back perhaps 4 million years. Its closest relatives are the somewhat more recently evolved speckled and square spot rockfishes. And then one study implied it was closely related to both dwarf red and white spot rockfishes. So an old sort of a genetic line there with looking at that bank rockfish.
Thanks for that, Julie. That was cool.
Sure.
Getting into some more sea fans.
Fish corner here.
Sure is.
We didn't really like where we were earlier, but there's definitely more rockfish in this one area, this one camera perspective than there was down there. Of course, now we're looking up and over so we can see more area. But they're just hanging out in the water column, which is interesting. They weren't before. A lot of the little guys we saw were all tucked into different crevices. Not really out and about until they got spooked by the ROV. Can we pan the camera a little bit left? Oh, that's a rock. I was trying to see if that was a black coral, but it's all the same color.
Here's another one of those. Looks
Salad
like an
bowls.
upside down salad bowl.
That's so interesting that they must just topple over and then they're maybe the base is still attached and that's why there's a hole at the top. It makes it look like a little volcano almost. And some of the sponges we sampled earlier, we took a snip with the coral cutting jaws on the manipulator arm. But when we went to take a snip, it was like the whole sponge had already been dislodged. So that kind of makes sense with what we've seen so far.
But it's different.
You know, so looking at all these fans showing up here, these Gorgonian fans, makes me think we're really on a sort of in a current-driven system here.
Yeah, quite possibly. Doesn't seem quite as currenty as we encountered before, but that doesn't mean it isn't. This portion doesn't experience higher current at different parts of the day or different parts of the year.
So I think we're seeing a few bank rockfish too throughout this particular area we're surveying right now, or just looking at, not really officially surveying it.
Yeah, we've got some basket stars on the rock that just exited bottom right, next to those yellow sea fans, those Gorgonians. We also just passed over a black coral as well, which I'm sure we'll see more of as we continue on. Always checking around, making sure we're not.
Or north action? I don't know. I have to come down slope a little bit here.
We got 10 meters left as eastward move.
Maybe we're okay.
Okay. Bridge nav. Two 0 meters, 090. Wow.
Here we go.
Wow.
Bring it on.
Gorgonian City.
I'm ready after that ordeal we just went through.
I know.
Yeah, there's another
gorgeous.
black coral there, lower right. A lot of these Gorgonian sea fans of the genus Acanthogorgia. A lot of that salad bowl.
That's a big one. That's for a group gathering. And we've got a lot of bank rockfish kind of swimming throughout here as well. But the Gorgonians are impressive here. And just the way they're oriented, I always love that. I think that isn't it true that Gorgonians orient themselves perpendicular to the current?
Usually.
Yep. And sponges will, usually do that too. If they're like stalked, for example, and they've got like an array of, not tentacles, but if they've got like an array of arms that they use, because there's a lot of different morphology of sponges other than this big salad bowl kind of morphology that we're looking at. It's a shape. So this is kind of an area that I was thinking would make a good habitat mosaic where we would mow the lawn into different perpendicular directions in a rough box kind of shape. Maybe 5 to 10 meters by 5 to 10 meters, just so we have a good idea of the number and the shape
So
we gonna do that?
we've got 20 minutes left of the watch.
Yeah,
Bob
and
is
probably not this watch. I don't
okay.
think we have enough time.
Got it.
Because I would like it to be a very thorough and a somewhat larger of a patch of
Okay.
habitat. So
Would you like us to hang out here then and get set up for the next watch to be able to do a mosaic?
I think we're going to encounter a lot of this habitat since this is the peak. Famous last words, I know, but I am
Zooming
expecting
out.
to see more of a diversity of some of these sea fans and other corals, and so I think just verbally.
Weird angle.
Okay. Would you?
This
Should I
is,
drop a target here just in case?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yes, I
Go
would.
ahead.
It seems pretty diverse.
It's a cool shot in the Argus cam. You can see all the yellow sea fans getting lit up by the camera. Very cool. I feel like they're all situated like like we're on an amphitheater.
The plan was
or
to put
something.
another monitor right there on the side of that had the winch stuff. That was the plan. Well, that's the same as that. Yeah. But that's for the scientists back there to see, not for you. Yeah, I hear you.
Beautiful basket stars with their arms all outreached. They're also filter feeders.
And this has been a really pretty part of the dive coming up to this spot here. With the Gorgonians and the basket stars and the sponges. It just seems it's a really diverse community here.
Yeah, we gotta quit being tourists and make sure we know what's going on. You got a move going still?
Just put in another one. We're
Which way?
stepping
090?
090. Keeps going.
All right,
We're just making our way over to the next waypoint, following this contour.
I gotta slide over a bit. He's not even listening to you. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't work out. If we put the winch displays over there, but then you won't be paying attention to them. Yeah. Yeah. Well then, yeah, but that's important because I've seen the traction winch there. Sometimes if you get, it'll like a wire, no, a little, you get a break, like a little piece of wire will pop off, and then it hangs up, and then you build up like a bird cage, and I've seen them like a tumbleweed of steel wire. So that's yeah. But if they're not right there, then you're gonna not see the tumbleweed, you know. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, because all the potentials where it could mess up, you want to be able to see them.